Hello everyone.
Hi.
We are the Disney Grown-Ups. I'm Dawn.
Gary.
And today we are doing a tag. Now this is one that's been made up by our daughters and our daughter's partner. When the girls were younger and we went to Florida a lot, we used to, in the car driving to and from the parks and various things, used to play Would You Rather, or we'd ask questions about if you could do this to do with Disney, what would you do? And we were talking about this recently when they were both home, and we were saying, you know, there's all these questions we used to ask, and they said they'd like to make a tag. So they have done a tag for us with 16 questions. Now we're going to do this tag, and at the end we thought it'd be quite nice to actually put it out there and ask you guys what you think about some of these questions. So here goes. Here's the first question.
So the first thing I would like to know is, what Disney character do you both think each other is the most like?
So that question was, what Disney character do you think each other is most like? So those of you who don't know Gary really well, the girls and I always used to call Gary Eeyore, because this fun, bouncy, lovely, jokey kind of guy has a flip side, and he can be a little bit, oh no, if we go there it will probably rain. When he goes to Disney it's completely different, but so we used to say he was Eeyore. We used to call him Eeyore all the time, but I think actually he'd probably be more like Goofy, because he's always goofing around and so on. So that's what I think. Your answer?
I've got huge feet.
Yeah, you haven't though. Your answer?
Minnie.
Minnie.
Minnie Mouse.
Why am I like Minnie?
Because you're small, you look like a mouse.
Why am I like Minnie? I'm not small and I don't look like a mouse. Why am I Minnie?
I can't remember now. I think it's because you was cute and friendly. I think.
Okay. Over to you guys.
What is your favourite Disney queuing area?
So, what is your favourite queuing area? Now, we haven't been to Florida for a while, so it's hard for us to say. I mean, we haven't done any of Pandora or Toy Story Land or any of that, so this is going to have to be based on Disneyland Paris and old Florida, our answers, because that's all we know at the moment. So I think Toy Story Mania is one that we used to go to. I used to enjoy that, where obviously you've got all the sort of crayons, giant crayons and things like that. I always used to like going through that. And of course Pirates of the Caribbean, because that's always very good with all the little bits that you can look at on the way through. Your answer?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Queuing area, yeah.
Queuing area.
Okay, next question.
Quite immersive in itself, isn't it, really? As soon as you walk through the doors.
Next question.
Gates.
Next question.
My question is, what are the most unique Disney ears that you own? These are mine. These were made by Dawn.
So what are the most unique Disney ears you own? Or these are Gary's.
No,
Gary doesn't do
any.
ears. So these ones, which are ones that I made, which I really love, and on the same kind of theme, my candy cane ones. I actually really enjoy making ears, and I try and make them slightly different each time, different ones, so they'd be mine anyway.
If you could get rid of any of the rides in Disney, which one would it be? And I mean rides that you think could do with replacing, aren't fun for anyone. I don't mean just get rid of Big Thunder Mountain because you're scared of it.
Okay. So if you could get rid of any of the rides in Disney, what would it be? This could be quite controversial, because I know this is a kind of a Marmite kind of thing. It's not a ride as such, it's more of a show. But I know it's one of those, you either love it or hate it. Country Bear Jamboree. I'm sorry for all those people who love it, but Country Bear Jamboree, oh my god, we went in there once and we just ended up getting the giggles because it was to us it was so bad, and it just went on and on. We just didn't get it. So the girls I know would stand by me on this one.
Probably somebody switch, but it's
I think you went for the same answer, didn't you?
Yeah.
Because this was one we haven't talked about our answers, but this was one we have talked about.
Yeah, really dated and pretty awful actually, but obviously that's subjective.
I know some people out there absolutely love it. Some people really love it,
Yeah,
but
I
I just
can't get that. But
no.
There you go.
Yeah.
One man's meat.
Mhm.
What is the most random Disney fact that you know?
Okay, so what is the most random Disney fact that you know? So, I'm a bit of a Beatles fan. I've always loved the Beatles, and I actually know that the 4 vultures that are in the Jungle Book are based on the Beatles, and I know originally they were supposed to voice it, but John Lennon kicked off for some reason and decided he didn't want to do it. But if you actually look at those 4 vultures in Jungle Book, they are based on the Beatles. So that's my most random Disney fact.
And I don't know any.
Oh dear.
I just go there and have fun. Try not to overthink things. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't realise that actually.
Didn't you?
You know, I can see it now. Now you said it, I can see it. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Okay.
They've all got Liverpool accents, haven't they?
Next question.
What is your favourite land to sit and relax in? I don't mean going on a ride, I mean sitting and relaxing.
What is your favourite land to sit and relax in? Not on a ride, just to sit and relax in. So, in Florida, I quite like sitting in Main Street down one of the little side bits and just watching people go by and everything. In Paris, it would have to be in Adventureland, where we sat by Café de la Brousse, I think it's called, or something like that.
Yeah, it's where those straw canopies are, and they're right by the edge of the lake.
You went for that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks towards the you see the treehouse from there, can't you?
Yeah, and the skull and...
Yeah. Yeah, it's always very... Yeah, it's quite secluded and normally pretty quiet around there.
Yeah, that's quite nice.
A little bit of ambient music making its way over. But,
If you could have one of the rides in the Disney parks in your back garden, which one would it be?
Okay, if you could have one of the rides from the Disney parks in your back garden, what one would it be? Now this means, obviously, if you had, it doesn't mean that would fit in your actual back garden now. It means if you had, you know, unlimited land and you could just pick one up from the parks and put it in there. So.
yeah, I went for Big Thunder Mountain.
Nice of him, isn't it?
That'd be quite nice to look out onto in the morning when you open the curtains.
Yeah. So I could just feel sick every time I hear it go past. I hear that.
Quick ride before you go off to work.
Yeah, no, that I think that's quite torturous actually. So mine would be, obviously we haven't done Flight of Passage, and I've got a feeling that once we've done it, that's going to be my kind of ride, and I'd probably go for that. But as it stands at the moment, and this is one of the questions we used to ask when we were leaving the parks and we were on the plane coming back or whatever, we'd quite often do these sort of questions amongst ourselves with the girls, and soaring was always one that we chose, although controversially again, old soaring, not new soaring, prefer old soaring, but that would be mine. But I think, as I say, once we've done Flight of Passage, it might be that, but soaring as it stands at the moment.
What is your worst Disney queuing experience?
Oh, what is our worst Disney queuing experience?
The town hall. Both parks, I suppose.
Oh, yeah. Or when you lost your glasses and we had to queue up to ask.
Yeah, well, they're both hideously laborious, but I know it's not a ride, but it's but obviously you have to queue up for it, and it is the worst queuing experience ever.
It just goes on forever, all day, all night.
It's massive. It just takes absolutely forever to get in there.
Mine would be Ratatouille, and I know the girls will be with me on this one. So Ratatouille in France had been open for about a week when we went over there one summer. It was particularly hot, and we desperately wanted to do it because, well, I desperately wanted to do it, and we queued, and we were in a massive queue. I think the queue was about an hour and a half, but we decided that we would do it because we wanted to get on, and I think we were only going for a couple of days, weren't we? So we knew we had to do this. And as I said, I'd only been open about a week, and they were having major problems, weren't they? The queue kept stopping because it kept breaking down, and it was that situation of, do we leave the queue? We've been here for this long now, it's broken down, they might get it going. Then they'd get it going, so we think we'd stay. So we stayed a bit longer, and then it would break down again, and then you think, well, we've stood here this long, it's not worth leaving. And in total, we were there for 4 hours. Holly read a whole book, I think, didn't she? She took a book with her and sat on the floor. But what made it even worse was it was really hot, very claustrophobic, very stuffy. And then this poor child, who clearly wasn't having a great time, then just threw up all over the floor, and it splashed all over these people, and it was absolutely disgusting. Quite a few people left the queue at that point, which for us was a bonus because we moved up. We were lucky, we just missed the splash zone, but it was just horrendous.
We had to jump over it though.
Yeah, it was.
Because nobody rushed out to clear it up. It just stayed there. So
yeah, and it was hot, and it really was
vomit
bad.
hopping.
Yeah, so it was 4 hours in a vomit-filled queue for Ratatouille. And then I think when we got on it broke down as well. So it was just...
I broke down loads of times.
It was just a nightmare. Just a nightmare. So that was that one. So, next question.
If you could invent a new ride for the Disney parks, what would it be?
If you could invent a new ride for the Disney parks, what would it be? Gary? Can't read what you've written, can you?
What was it?
This one, if you could invent a new ride for the Disney parks, what would it be?
The Jungle Book. The Jungle Book ride.
And
based on a yeah, probably a bit like on the same sort of basis as Pirates of the Caribbean, where it's a boat ride, obviously.
What, like the Jungle Cruise that they've already got?
Yeah, it's not Jungle Book though, is it really?
No, it's not Jungle Book, no, but... So you basically want like a cross between Pirates of the Caribbean and Jungle Cruise?
Yeah, that type of thing, really, but more sort of inside.
So a dark ride?
More of a sort of a slightly darker ride, and something that they can replicate, like rainforest.
So a cross between Jungle
like
Cruise, Pirates of the Caribbean and the Rainforest Cafe?
Yeah, and probably the very first bit of the Living with the Land.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Where you get all the wind and the storms and the rain and stuff. Yeah, that's what, obviously, but with the Jungle Bookie.
Jungle Bookie. Okay, so mine would be, and I have talked to the girls about this before in the past, we were saying, is I'd say Hawaiian roller coaster ride. There's no place I'd rather be than on a surfboard out at sea. I mean, they've already got the song for it. So I was thinking that obviously I wouldn't want a roller coaster because then I couldn't go on it because, as you know, I love roller coasters. Not. So I was thinking that in Legoland in Windsor many years ago when the girls were young and we went, they had like a, it's almost like a stand-up jet ski, wasn't it, ride? Do you remember that one? And you kind of went round, it went out on an arm and you kind of went round in a circle holding on to the jet ski, standing up. Do you remember that one? No. Anyway, that's what they've got. So I was thinking like a long kind of rectangle, like a rounded rectangle, and you'd have like, you know, like
a round rectangle.
Well, a rectangle that's round, that's a curved rectangle. It's rounded off at the ends, and you'd have like arms coming out. Yeah, that kind of thing. Arms coming out with like a stand-up jet ski type thing, but it'd be like a stand-up surfboard.
Yeah, like an oval.
Yeah, like an oval, but longer. And you'd hold on to it, and maybe have like almost like Slinky Dog or I don't know, whatever else it is, that slight inclines like this, so it's almost replicating if you were surfing on waves, and you hold on to it and stand and go. That would be my idea anyway. So, okay, next question.
If you could work in the Disney parks as one of the characters, which character would you most like to play?
If you could work in the Disney parks as a character, which would you most like to play?
Oh, went for Goofy.
Oh well, that fits in with what I called you then.
Yeah. Because he's fun.
And you're always going on about how you like his outfit.
Yeah, it's quite a nice outfit, quite like that, yeah. Yeah.
Mine would be Tigger, because he's always bouncing around and having fun and making everyone laugh, and he can get away with being a bit naughty, like he messed up Holly's hair once when she'd spent about an hour trying to get it all right and things like that. So I think Tigger's quite good fun. So that would be my one.
What is your all-time favourite Disney quote?
What is your all-time favourite Disney quote? So, mine, it isn't my all-time favourite Disney quote, but it's one that I use a lot, in as much as I always used to say it to the girls when they're younger, and it's Thumper from Bambi, who says, if you can't say anything nice, don't say nothing at all. And I think that should be your philosophy in life, is if you can't say something nice to people, don't say anything. But actually, try and say nice things, because saying one nice thing to one person could make their day. And yours is?
Or break it. They might think you're being sarcastic.
No, I mean genuinely.
I went for Why is the rum always gone?
Is that a Disney quote as such?
Well, it's said quite a lot, isn't it?
Why have you gone for that?
I couldn't think of any others.
What does that kind of mean? Is that got any? You know, it's like, you know, if you can dream it, you can do it, and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, there's probably nothing like that at all, but that's quotes, isn't it?
Okay.
It's quote, unquote.
All right, next question.
If you could give one piece of advice for someone going to Disney parks, what would it be?
So, if you could give one piece of advice for someone going to the Disney parks, what would it be?
Stay as long as you can, and don't rush it.
Okay. Oh my god. Well, I've put, other than enjoy it, I've put wear comfy shoes. I think, you know, don't make the
Wear comfy shoes.
yeah, but don't make the mistake of buying
No,
new
don't go
shoes.
and stay that. I did that once. Never again.
Don't wear new shoes. Get yourself some old comfy shoes. You know, it doesn't matter what their feet look like as long as they're comfy. So,
Socks and sandals, that'd probably be the ideal thing.
over to you for the next question.
I haven't done that yet, but I'm sort of looking forward to it.
Which Disney film or franchise do you think deserves to have its own land or ride or restaurant in the Disney parks that doesn't already? I think it would be quite fun to have an Aristocats themed jazz cafe.
Which Disney film or franchise do you think deserves to have its own land, ride or restaurant in the parks that doesn't already?
I didn't answer that one.
You haven't answered that one. Do you want to be thinking about it while I answer? So, I've said before, like the Hawaiian roller coaster ride, so I was thinking that you could have a Lilo and Stitch land, and you could have that ride in it. You could have perhaps a beach area. I know you've got obviously the water parks and everything. You could have like a beach area, and just basically like a surfy come beachy area would be really good in that sort of land. Or the Muppets. I don't think the Muppets really get enough. I think they should have a bit more. You know, if you could have a meet and greet with Kermit, I'd love that because I love Kermit. So that's my ones. Thought of any?
It's got very thin legs though. You probably wouldn't be able to stand up for long.
Have you thought of any?
It's more of a quadruped, isn't it, really?
Well, he could sit down. I'd meet and greet him sitting down. Have you thought of any?
No, I can't think of one.
No. Okay.
But yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Muppets go for Muppets.
Right, next question.
What is your favourite Disney villain's outfit?
So what is your favourite Disney villain's outfit? Mine be Maleficent because I love Maleficent, and yeah, I just think it's quite cool.
I went for Jafar. Yeah, it's quite
like his big hat.
an elegant, striking sort of, you know.
And kind of glides along, doesn't he?
Outfit, yeah. Not in this weather though, but more of a winter outfit, I think.
Okay.
My question is, what are your favourite Disney toilets?
Well, that was a strange question. What are your favourite Disney toilets? Now, I know there's a lot of talk about the Tangled toilets being amazing and whatever, but again, because we haven't been out there recently, we haven't seen that. So I'd have to go for Disneyland Paris, because they're the toilets I can kind of remember most. And I would say the ones in the arcade, because nobody really seems to use them very much. They're always nice and clean, you never have to queue.
Quite good, yeah.
So
And
that would be my ones. And your ones?
Yeah, there's a toss up really between those and the ones by Ratatouille.
Oh, what, in the Plaza de Remy?
Mm.
Yeah,
The
they
Rat-
can sometimes be
the Rat
busy
Square.
though. The Rat Square, yeah.
Rat Square, yeah.
They can be
I
quite
find
busy,
They all
but-
seem to be quite.
Yeah, but they're always clean.
Yeah.
Mind you, most of the toilets are
They've all
always
seemed
clean.
pretty
But
clean. There's quite. I don't know about the women's ones. I've not been in them obviously, but the
not in
the
your
one-
stilettos.
chaps one. That's yeah. There's loads in. There's loads of cubicles and.
Okay,
But yeah, it's a wonderful
So-
experience in those ones.
over to you for the last question.
What Disney film would you like to see remade in live action?
Mine's Princess and the Frog.
So there's been so many remakes. What was the Disney film we'd like to see remade in live action? There's been so many remakes now, and there's so many in the offing, but it's quite hard. But Tangled, maybe, or Little Mermaid. Although I know Splash with Tom Hanks was based on that a long time ago. But yeah, Tangled, I think.
And I went for The Incredibles
And why did you go for The Incredibles?
because it hasn't been done.
Why did you go for The Incredibles? Go on,
But
tell them.
because it'd be a good outfit. They've got good outfits, haven't they? Yeah.
Gary has a bit of a crush on Mrs. Incredible.
It's a bit weird, really. Cause it's got,
Gary has a really big crush on Mrs. Incredible.
yeah, it'd be interesting to see who gets the part.
So, thank you for watching. That was the tag. We love that. Thank you to Holly, to Abigail and to Kris for providing us with all those questions and those nice little video clips there. We are going to call this the Disney Grown Ups Family Tag, and we are now going to invite some of you to go along and do these questions. So to get the ball rolling, we're going to invite a few of you to do it. We're going to ask all our partner channels, which are the Chrissy O Show, Queen of the Mansion, Disney Dreams 411, Dole Whip Wishes and Castle Dreams. We are also going to tag Emma and John, you're welcome, because they like doing a good tag. We're also going to ask Fiona and Scott's Adventures to do this tag because they don't appear on film enough. We want to see more of them, and because they hate doing it, they need to face their fears like I had to face Big Thunder Mountain. So Fiona and Scott, you're tagged, and Paul and Cheryl, that UK Disney couple. So there are a few people to start it off. We tagged quite a few just to get the ball rolling, and they in turn then can go ahead and tag some other people, because we think there's some quite good questions there that our family have come up with. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Follow us on the social medias, which is at Disney Grown Ups and Instagram Disney Grown Ups. I'll put links to all the other channels that we've tagged below, and that's it. Done. Sorted. Interested to see what ideas you come up with. But thank you for watching, guys, and have a great day. Bye.
Bye. That's it. That's the ending. I thought I'd give him a little bit of screen time.